called synesthesia, where I see sounds. I see them. Everything that I sonically make is a painting. I see it. I see the importance. I see the importance and the value of everyone being able to experience a more beautiful life. When I make clothes, it's funny because I'll sit there with Obama and Leo's talking about the environment, and then I'm talking about clothes, and everyone looks at me like, that's not an important issue or something. But I remember going to school, like in 5th grade, and wanting to have a cool outfit. I called the head of Payless. I'm like, I want to work with you. I want to take all this information that I learned from sitting at all these fashion shows and knocking at all these doors and buying all this expensive clothes, and I want to take away bullying. You know?
That's her hammer back. Her hammer's back though.
Feeling grand, feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good. You know it's good. It's a question. It's great. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good.
My hammer.
Getting aggressive on this phone with you, mama. I really hate wasting your time to check a clone or two, mama. Hey, it's just they cloning me, but I feel you, cloning me, but I feel you, cloning me, but I feel you, cloning me, but I feel you.
At the record company meeting, I sold my soul to make a record. They said we'd be artistically free when we signed that bit of paper. They say they're gonna give me lots of money if I play what they want you to hear. I'll make my music boring. I'll play my music slow. They take your money, break your soul. They say it's only rock and roll. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Cause all you people are vampires. You suck my blood like a leech. Is your conscience alright? Does it plague you at night? Pay us like you owe us for all the years that you hold us. I don't make music for free. I make music for freedom. Corporate forces running this rap shit. And all those labels be trying to lure us in like spiders into the web. You know what I'm saying? We'll show them how it's supposed to be. We're gonna fight against the flashy appeal. We're gonna kill the 7-record deal. I guess for America, I am a disaster. A slave that was destined to own his own masters.
Cloning shit is not what you think it is. It's not as simple as, why was somebody gonna clone that nigga? What that nigga got? If you understand how the physical world is a reflection of the spiritual world, and you start fucking with the DNA and shit, you understand that you're tapping into some other shit. You're like ripping a portal open on some shit. The movie Boys of Brazil, even the movie Congress, she agrees to give them her image. They like scan her or some shit, and then she goes into this digital world. So everything is connected, and they need the influential people to maintain the mind control and how they program your subconscious mind to respond to things. And they need these influential leaders to trigger your mind control, to trigger your trauma, basically trigger your trance.
Nothing more than a puppet to the puppet masters which placed him in the White House. Bill Clinton's demeanor seems to be similar to a person who is under a hypnotic trance.
If you go to Disney World, for instance, down there in the Haunted Mansion, you see the hologram, right? Or you know how to make a hologram. Well, our scientists have learned how to make people. They call them synthetics. Are you familiar with those?
Well, actually, we just interviewed John Laird. He was talking about being in an audience in which they were given a lecture by a guy that they thought was real and found out later he was a hologram.
Well, he's a synthetic. The synthetics, when you touch their skin, it feels like plastic almost. That's the latest technique. The old techniques, if you guys can rent a video, The Boys from Brazil, rent it, because in it, it gives you the exact way how our government's been making people.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
and the Soviets had a different method called...
making people...
Talking with.
Found out about this cloning stuff. Find it very frightening.
I'm coming, guys. Don't worry.
These are the emergency calls made moments after Kevin Hart's vintage muscle car careened off an LA road. The caller describing the chaotic scene early Sunday morning.
Sounds like the passenger's stuck in the car.
Can't believe it. Anybody made like that shit.
But yeah, he looks a little hurt. I think the top of the car is crushed.
But today there is new confusion about who was behind the wheel.
How many people are stuck inside, do you know?
I think it's just one lady now. The driver's out right now. They're trying to get the passenger out.
The bystander saying he saw the driver get out of the car, but the initial report says Hart's friend, Jared Black, was in the driver's seat and trapped in the vehicle when emergency crews arrived. Police say Black's fiancée, fitness trainer Rebecca Brocksterman, was also unable to get out of the car. In the newly released calls, an unidentified male voice can also be heard speaking in the background. But police did not say any of the passengers were taken to the hospital on their own, indicating only Hart left the scene to his nearby residence to get medical attention. The initial police report also saying alcohol was not a factor in the crash. At 2:15 a.m., a woman identifying herself as Hart's wife called 911 from their home.
He was in a car accident earlier tonight, or what happened?
Yes, earlier tonight. I don't know what happened. He's not coherent at all.
Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital, or?
No treatment at all. We're just here, and he can't move.
Is there any obvious broken bones that you can tell? You see anything broken?
Just something on his back is pulling out on his spine.
Hart is expected to make a full recovery after undergoing back surgery. But 4 days after the accident, police sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News the investigation remains ongoing after a late-night ride involving one of Hollywood's biggest stars.
In the wake of Kevin Hart's terrifying car crash back in September of 2019, TMZ reports that no one in the car that night has filed a lawsuit or been sued. On September 1st, Hart was a passenger in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda when the driver of the car, Hart's friend and producer Jared Black, lost control and crashed through some wooden fencing. It was just before 1 a.m. in Malibu, California. The blue Barracuda crashed about 10 feet off the road and into a ditch, leaving both men with major back injuries and landing Hart in the operating room for spinal surgery. He recently opened up about the aftermath of that crash in an interview with Men's Health, explaining that his recovery process has led him to do better and prioritize his family even more, which his wife, Nico Parrish, is happy about. She tells Men's Health, quote, "There were times where he was here, but not really here. Not to say he wasn't a family man before, but he's expressed that the accident made him make up for some of the time missed because of work." Meanwhile, Hart went on to add, "I'm not trying to get back to where I was before. I want to do better than before. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better for. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better for. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better."
He's everywhere else, and now he's on SportsCenter. Kevin Hart, star of the new film Central Intelligence, joining us now. How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag, okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
All right. Movie coming out this weekend. What was it like working with The Rock?
I have a clone.
I have a clone. I have a clone. I have a clone. I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag, okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
I'm cloned.
Is that what we're doing right now?
You ever met a clone? This is a.
Have I met a clone?
Yeah, I think I met some clones.
See?
Really?
So this clone's amongst us.
Quickly with clone, ladies and gentlemen.
The new single is out right now. So make sure you get your iTunes.
Yeah, get Khalifa, get Rude Awakening. Man, get Gucci Cologne.
I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away. And they clone you. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away. And they clone you.
Talk like us. Even seem to think like us. And yet they are not. Human clones. Complete biological duplicates. Could they soon be living among us? According to some researchers, they already are. Multiple whistleblowers have testified that human cloning was developed by highly classified black budget military projects.
Since '38, we've been making clone people.
Could some of your favorite entertainers have been secretly replaced with clones?
Cloning been going on for
What
thousands
about
of years.
politicians or world leaders? Welcome to a brave new world of human cloning.
Since then, human cell cloning has helped the study of diseases like Parkinson's, but cloning humans would simply be unfair.
Clone of a major baseball player, you'd expect that child to be a baseball player. He might not want. He might want to play soccer.
Entertainers are themselves valuable commodities, earning mega millions for their record companies and studios. However, if they decide they want to quit, or something tragic happens to one of them, studios stand to lose considerable investment. Replacement clones are easier to control and manipulate, attracting less attention than an outright assassination, and allowing the owners to regain control and continue earning money. The Illuminati are said to have cloned many celebrities.
Amongst us.
The rapper Gucci Mane was sent to prison for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. But it was his return less than 3 years later that sparked controversy among fans. Not only had the rapper lost a considerable amount of weight, but his speech and mannerisms seemed to have changed as well.
Who told me? Yeah, we gotta get you in. Too gangster. Keep the strap. Got what the nigga Blue saying, man. That's why I fought him to today. Yeah, I just had to sit down about you. Yeah, we ain't gonna let you in. Yeah, if you rapping too much. But we fought with you.
What do you want for lunch for today?
Just fruit, veggies, and water.
That's it?
Very light. I wanted to go light but excessive.
Oh.
Clean but opulent.
Some even speculate that people from the past are being cloned and brought to life again as leading actors or musicians. Such theories point to the uncanny resemblance some stars show to figures from the past. Talent can be hard to come by. Imagine a world where legendary musicians or artists could be brought back to life. What would a modern-day Mozart create? Obsessed collectors will pay ungodly amounts for memorabilia owned by their favorite stars. But the ultra-wealthy could have the real thing brought back to life for their amusement. The elite have fiendish desires. If, for instance, one fantasized about a particular starlet, they could have a clone of them made as a sex slave. Politicians could be using clones as doubles for speaking events, etc. Having body doubles and lookalikes has long been common for world leaders. Also, if a genuine candidate was elected president and didn't acquiesce to the shadow government's control, he or she could be replaced with a clone under MK Ultra mind control.
He became president. I didn't go, and I'm still vice president.
And in addition to that, we have to make sure that we are in a position that we are.
Several celebrities have tweeted about human cloning or cloning centers. Others seem to be giving cryptic references in songs